What is going on, everybody? This is another episode of Crisis Loadout. I'm your host, Patrick Cloud. And just so you know, this is the survival game show where contestants use limited items and logic to convince me and the audience that they would survive the apocalypse. All right. So shout out to my contestants. Obviously, we have the repeating survivors. Both of you guys at this point have the survivor belt. We have the arcade tokens, Mr. KHLEO Thomas and Will Pharaoh. What it do?
What it do?
And our first time apocalyptor for today, we have Model Morg. What it do?
What's good?
Hey, you play Call of Duty almost every night.
Yeah.
So I figured you might have the chops for survival. So we will see. We're going to first, I'm going to set up a scenario. It's going to be between 3 disaster scenarios. It's going to be either a zombie apocalypse, natural disaster apocalypse, and tonal anarchy. Then I'm going to give you a total loadout of items. It's going to be like maybe 15 to 20. You're only going to have 5 slots. So you are going to pick your items one by one, and you are going to have to get a master plan in order. That's pretty much going to have to convince myself and the audience that you would survive. So the audience, you guys be paying a lot of attention to their stories, because you're not only going to vote for who dies first in your mind, but who would out-survive the other 2 contestants. So let's start with the disaster. I feel like Model Morg would do pretty well in a zombie apocalypse if she trains damn near every day. So I am going to pick the disaster scenario that I've been running away from this whole time. I'm going again with the natural disasters. Let's go ahead and go natural disaster. Kadeem behind the 1s and 2s, why don't you throw up the scenario of today? All right, so it is tornado season. The plates on the surface of the earth are shifting rapidly. Humans did something to cause this, and somehow it's Elon Musk's fault. Earthquakes and flooding are constantly happening, and mankind is under constant attack from its own place of dwelling. You are a fisherman or fisherwoman working off the coast of Santa Monica. That's here. It's in LA. It sounds foreign. Suddenly, multiple tornadoes began to touch down miles away from you into the ocean. You watched shocked as you see the tornadoes are not only picking up rushing cyclones of water, but also it's picking up some sea creatures. As it gets closer, you see it. Sharknados. Sharknados. They're heading towards you and the shore. So remember, you're in a little fishing boat. There are multiple Sharknados coming towards you, and the shore is to your back. Just then, a mysterious plane flies overhead and drops a bunch of giant crates into the water next to you. A care package. You jump out of the boat and swim over to open the crates. Is this Sharknado?
I'm just trying to picture what the hell that looks like.
You ain't got a clip?
This is absolutely Sharknado. This is exactly what Sharknado looks like.
This exists. This is a biography. This is this is real life. This happens all the time.
Wow.
Whole universe dedicated.
Well, this is a shark being butchered. Do you have any Sharknado?
I was like,
oh God.
Well, there's someone flying in the background. There you go. Here's them all flying in the background. There you go. That's a pretty good depiction of what happens in Sharknado.
See, I told you, this is real life. I'm not making nothing up. This happens.
So it's raining sharks everywhere that are trying to eat you.
Not really raining. Think of a tornado, but
Right,
then
spinning.
add water, which makes it a cyclone, and then add sharks. So there are sharks spinning around. So you have, the potential of shark attacks, the potential of tornadoes, and the potential of drowning. So let's see.
Holy shit.
The
All right.
loadouts. Okay, so this is the loadout that you have from the crates. I'll go and update everybody, but you can only choose 5. Okay, So starting from left to right, we have scuba gear, body armor, a gas mask, a bow and arrow, a smoke grenade, a jet ski. Next line, radio, a flare gun, snacks, a rope, a speedboat, gasoline. Next line, a lightsaber, a jetpack, a rocket launcher, a health kit, lumber, if you want to build something, wood and lumber, and a toolbox. Okay. So you have a couple of issues on your hands, though. Not only do you have to worry about the tornado aspect, which can rip up everything. There are sharks that are spinning in circles and eating people. So you have a choice. Are you going to fight the Sharknados up front and save humanity, or are you going to retreat to humanity, get like a plan together, maybe even hide? Up to you. Now, since Morg, this is your first time, we're going to start with one of the tokens. Then you will go second, and then we will, for lack of a better word, sandwich you with another token.
Sounds fun.
Between the tokens, well, who went first last time? Because I know this is the thing. I think KHLEO went first last time, right?
We did go first last time.
All right, so we will start with Sir Pharaoh.
Oh, so I'm the top,
Mr. Pharaoh.
I'm the top slice of the bread. That's what you're saying?
You are the top slice of the sandwich.
It's the worst part of the bread.
That's one that gets thrown away every time, but go ahead.
Yep, you throw it away. You don't even look at it. You just throw it away.
I'm just there to show completion. It's like, it's complete now. I'm going to go with rope for my first thing. I saw Twister. I saw what happened, so I think that it too can happen. I'm gonna wrap it around my waist. I'm gonna find me like a pole that's deep in the ground, just in case I can't get away from it, and I just tie it off. So when everybody just and shit, I'm right there just holding on with the rope, just in case. That ain't a part of my plan. That's just a backup, but that's why I got the rope.
I like that. So you're using the rope to ground yourself. Okay. Morg, first item.
I think my first item is I'm torn between two. I think I'm gonna go with a med kit.
Med kit. Okay.
Yeah.
Just in
I'm gonna go
case.
with the med kit just in case I need to put it on, because this is the thing, we're surviving. So you have to, I'm thinking end game, so I'm gonna make it to the end. I'm gonna beat this shit. So I need to have a med kit to make sure in case I got little, boo-boos, I can mark that shit up and I'll be good.
Smart. Spoken like a true COD player. All right, KHLEO.
Boo-boos, huh?
What is, remind me please what the overall goal of today's scenario is. Is it to survive? Is it to make it away from Santa Monica? What exactly is the goal
Survive. But I did give you the option of being a hero because you're the first one to see the Sharknados. So if you want to arm up and fight these sharks, you can do so. But remember, this group of Sharknados, it is the apocalypse. So it's going to keep happening. So it's not like escaping from this group is just like, I'm good,
Right. You're right. Okay. I am going to choose. I'm going to go with the jetpack.
That was gonna be my, okay, fine, sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now, just to remind everybody, or I shouldn't say remind, this is my first time. The jetpack, it doesn't have, it's low battery. Okay.
Oh,
So
you
when I
can't
say
pick that now, Pat.
Well, okay. Well, when I say that, you could choose it, but the only reason I say that is I don't want somebody to be like, well, I'll just, be in the jetpack and I'll just be like flying forever,
Well, you get hit by sharks.
Good for it's good for a good use. You know what I mean? If you want to get away, you can use that. It's fine, but it's good for a good use. I just don't want to make it like a.
It's limited, is what you're saying. It's very, it's a limited jetpack.
Limited, yeah.
Finite amount of jetpack.
Finite battery. Yeah.
Okay. I can get with that.
Is this part of your master plan, or is this something you want to?
I'll wait to the very end.
Wait to the very end. Okay. So that's the end of the first round, and this is where I hand out perks. In obviously perks, if you've seen other episodes, are little, perks that I hide within the items. So if you pick one, you either get an upgrade or a downgrade.
I'm already pissed.
In this round, there was only one perk that was picked, and it is the jetpack. I'm so sorry, Cleo.
Oh, thank God. I was like, don't do the rope. Don't do the rope.
Done playing with Pat in these games, dog. I'm done. He do it every time. This is ridiculous.
Hey, you gotta set up some traps for the items that are very grabby. Unfortunately, this is not a good perk. In Cleo's world of this crisis, in Cleo's particular crisis, these tornadoes or Sharknados, shall I say, are sped up. So now he does have a way to fly, but the tornadoes are a little bit faster. The sharks are a little bit hungrier, and it's just a little bit revved up. The water's a little bit colder for some reason. These are just sort of ramped up Sharknados. So Cleo, you just gotta keep that in mind with the rest of the loadout. Sorry, man. So we're gonna go and pick our second items backwards, starting with Cleo.
You sure? You want me? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Pat. Is that a flare gun underneath the armor?
Yes.
Let me hit the flare gun then.
Flare gun. Okay. Is this a master plan thing, or is this just like for help in case?
We're gonna reveal. All will be revealed, sir.
Reveal. Okay. Morg, what you got?
I would happily take. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, I'd happily take the toolbox.
Toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And what's that for? Is that something for your final plan, or is this
final plan? Mm-hmm.
Final plan.
I'm not going to reveal everything because I'm afraid that certain things are going to be
stolen
nerfed because of your ass. So I'm just going to wait.
Interesting. Okay. And Will.
I will select the jetpack with no shitty perk.
Okay, low battery jetpack, but the tornadoes are the exact same. All right, this time around. Oh wow.
No,
okay, we have two perks.
Oh.
Two perks. The first one is actually for the toolbox.
Oh God.
The toolbox did get a perk.
I'm feeling good about it.
It's not a great one.
God damn it.
So toolbox, even though it's great that you thought to, build things in the perk of the toolbox is you build things fairly slow.
Well, I thought a toolbox is just what's in it. Like what comes in it isn't like, I'm not.
But I'm just saying that the perk is whatever you build, you build very, very slowly. All right.
Okay.
So that takes off the perk for the toolbox. So if anybody else wants to build, you're good. But just to keep you guys on your toes, there is a perk out there that can reverse that, Morg. So you're not out of you're not in the woods yet. The next perk is unfortunately the flare gun. However, it is not a bad perk. It might be the best perk we've had on the show thus far. The perk of the flare gun is an extra item slot. So you actually get 6 items this game instead of 5. Not
Great
bad.
add-on, Pat. Great
that ain't
add-on.
bad.
Great add-on. That's dope.
So that perk's gone, right? Because Cleo got it. It's gone.
Perk is gone, so flare gun is just for help. But Cleo will get to add on an extra item.
You're being nice.
Right. So now we're starting back from Will's side. Will, what you got?
Let me see. In this next one, I am going to go with the lightsaber.
Okay.
It's just there. Fuck it.
Interesting for the for Sharknado. I'm intrigued. All right, so he got the lightsaber. Morg, what you got?
I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do the armor.
Okay. Armor, body armor for whatever reason. Not sure how that would help you in a tornado or against a shark, but
if I have it on my body in a shark, like maybe the teeth don't go through it. I don't know. I'm just protecting myself from all the debris that's gonna be flying at me. Okay. I need some armor, protecting myself. Gotta make sure I,
Got it. Okay, so it's more for debris. Debris.
Yeah.
But okay, that's interesting. All right. And Cleo Tom.
I'm going to double up and choose also the lightsaber.
Okay. A perkless lightsaber. All right. Well, after this round, we have one perk. And it's very interesting because it's almost setting up a particular situation that I would just love to see happen. The perk is for the lightsaber.
Oh, thank God.
And the perk that it is, which would go to Will Pharaoh, is an extra jetpack battery. So now, Will, did you choose? You didn't choose the jetpack already, right?
I did choose the jetpack.
Chose the second? Okay.
I did.
So now, whatever your plan was with the jetpack, got some extension of life. So I don't know if you want to just say bail on the hero plan and just run, but that is an option.
Okay.
All right. So that was the end of the third round. Fourth round, starting with Cleo. What y'all got?
I would like to go with what is the grenade above the boat?
Smoke grenade.
It's a smoke grenade. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, a gas grenade.
Gas grenade. Which kind of gas? Just poison gas or just like fog?
Poison gas, so that if you had a gas mask, whatever it was, you would be good in.
Got it. And top right is a jet ski?
Jet ski, yep.
Okay. So I would like to go with the canister of gas that is full. It's already full.
Not the grenade. The gas.
The gas.
The thing underneath the jet ski.
Okay. Okay. But just remember, the jetpack does not take gas.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
Making sure. Okay. Gas canister. Boom.
More. What was your third item? Was it body armor?
Yeah, body armor.
I thought so. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Morg.
I'm gonna take that bow and arrow. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
I know I'm not sure what I'm thinking with that. I think I thought too quick, but I already picked it, so I don't want to go back on it, so it's fine.
I'm looking forward.
I have thoughts.
To this
I have
master
thoughts.
plan.
Trust me, I have
I'm
thoughts.
looking forward to this master plan.
Yeah,
You
I have thoughts.
A toolbox, armor,
Mm-hmm.
and a bow and arrow
Mm-hmm.
to fight some Sharknados, multiple Sharknados.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. Will or
I think it's me.
Will?
How many items I got? Were we on the fourth one?
You're on the fourth. Yep.
Okay. Let me go with, and these just keep happening, right?
Yes.
And these are tornadoes, so this could be anywhere, correct?
Yes. They don't have to touch down in the water. The tornadoes, it's kind of like your issue is tornadoes, but the immediate issue is
the sharks. Okay, let me go with a health pack.
Okay. So that was health, bow and arrow, and gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. No perks were chosen this time, which is interesting. You guys are unique. Let's start the. Is this the final round?
Yeah.
Around.
For everyone.
Well, for me and Morg, and then Cleo still has
everyone
one extra.
Okay. This
That
will be the
part.
fifth. So Will, final item. Now this round could potentially be a cash grab.
Will, what was that last item you got?
I had med pack.
Got you.
I'm between gas mask and radio. Gas mask and radio. Oh, this is a hard one. I'm going to go with radio as my last one.
Okay. Radio for calling help. Morg, last item.
I was torn between snacks and radio, and I'm also gonna go with the radio.
Okay.
So we're eating sharks out here. Got it.
The unfortunate of being in the middle right there. And then Cleo, last 2 items.
I would like to go med kit.
Okay.
I would also like to go jet ski.
Got it. Med kit and jet ski. All right. There were two perks that were found this round. I will just say, Morg, you are safe. You're good.
Okay.
Y'all want to hear the good or the bad?
Bad.
The good.
Bad.
Find the bad.
Bad out the way.
The bad. As cool of an item as it is, unfortunately, the jet ski comes with a very interesting perk.
Oh, thank God.
I was hoping it was going to do well.
Radio.
God
I
damn,
thought it
I
was
was
the
hoping.
radio. I did too. I was like, oh,
I'm
it's
pissed
the
because
radio.
now whatever good thing is going to happen ain't coming to me because I picked it second.
Yep. Now the jet
Bullshit.
ski. Luckily, Cleo has gas because as stylish
empty.
and as quick as the jet ski is on water, once you are on land, you are slow, and unfortunately, that goes for foot and vehicle. So slow movement is just very, very slow. So just incorporate that into your master plan as much as possible. There's not going to be a lot of successful land movement. On the positive side of this coin, we have the radio, which Morg, you should have went for earlier. That would have been the only thing that could have potentially made your loadout make sense to me. Because
I had plans.
The radio comes with keys to a small plane that's across town. So having the forewarning to call for help, you reach somebody who has access to a small plane. But the only problem is your story has to be convincing enough so that you can get there. Now, it just so happened to fall into a loadout that also had a jetpack and an extra jetpack battery. So the across town thing, I mean, this was literally the perfect layout to get that. Because usually, I mean, you're in a fisher boat. You're in a fishing boat in the middle of the ocean. There's not a lot of easy ways to get across town. So this is a lot to think about. It seems very stacked. I am going to hear everybody's final plans, and just make sure you guys are listening, you guys in the audience, because you guys are not only going to vote for who you think would die first in this scenario, but who would survive the longest. We're going to go in the order that we started in. Let's go with Will first. Will Pharaoh.
Oh, okay, for sure. All right, so it's Thursday. It's 2:00. I'm in my boat just chilling. I'm listening to Young Jeezy and stuff, Thug Motivation, where I'm just there. I'm fishing, right? And then all of a sudden, I just see Pat come along with his boat. I give him the bubble wave. You know, he sees me, I see him, but then all of a sudden, dark clouds start coming in. I'm like, I know what that is. So I start heading back to the docks. All of a sudden, here come these fucking tornadoes coming down. So I see this big box come down. You know my loadout. I'm going to run down. And then all of a sudden, I see Cleo. And then Cleo's looking at me. I'm looking at him. And then he cut his lightsaber on. And I'm like, oh, did you think I didn't come prepared either? Then I pull out my lightsaber. But then I find out he's slow, and I was like, well, that's just not fair.
He's only slow on land, though.
Well, we on land by now, because remember, we got to go get the crate to go get our stuff. So we on land already. So he's already officially slow and whatnot. So I'll collect myself. I'm putting this very simple for myself. First of all, I'm going to get this rope. I'm going to tie this rope around me, and I'm going to use a bowline knot on myself and at the end. So just in case any tornado touchdown quick while it's by me, I can tie off. That's an untieable knot unless you know how to untie it. So I'm going to have that just for safekeeping. But I got a jetpack full of power. So instead of trying to fly up real high because of wind and stuff like that, I'm going to keep it down and just keep myself kind of pacing throughout the city till I get towards the end. Now, if there's any debris coming my way, I got the lightsaber just shoom, shoom. Some damn tornado shark coming this way, shoom. Japanese people start running in, go pick it up and go take it back in. I don't know what they about to do with it, but it is sliced and I'm just slicing my way through with my jetpack, just keeping it low. Just keeping, like if this is traffic, this me. Just in little spurts so we keep the battery fresh till we get towards the end. I'm trying to remember what else I got. Health pack just in case, something scrape me or for some reason KHLEO give me them hands with the lightsaber. But all in all, I'm keeping myself low to resist from the winds or whatever's going, keeping it kind of between the buildings, not getting on the freeway tie, get to the plane, get on the plane, fly away to some place that don't have no tornadoes like that, where I'm just smoking a lot of cannabis, looking on everybody's Instagram like, damn, your house gone. And that is my plan.
Okay, so just as a quick recap, you were going to use the rope to ground yourself in case of turbulence, or
just in case like a tornado, because once the clouds are in, a tornado can form anywhere, so it could just drop at any time. And so though you ain't got to worry about like the sharks and stuff, you still got to worry about that wind consistency. But tied off to like a pipe or like a drainage thing that started all the way into the ground, lower all the way into the sewers, those pipes don't come up, and so they kind of go like this all the way into the ground. So you just tie yourself off. Use the jetpack too for more force to go forward so the wind don't take you as the tornado keeps moving. And then after that, just keep using my jetpack, flying through the city till I get to my plane and I take off. Where no tornadoes are, because I got a radio too, and I got the little signal thing, so I know where the tornado is about to touch down at. And I'm still keeping it at a low air consistency too, kind of like crop planes, when they be dropping stuff on the crops, just keep it kind of low like that and keep myself flying.
Solid. Morg.
Hey.
Final plans.
All right, so here's my plan. The reason I picked obviously the med kit and the armor is to protect myself, because although debris is flying, I still have something that is going to protect me from those things. Now the thing with Sharknado, you have these sharks flying, right? Which is where my toolbox comes in. And it's fine if I build slow, because I'm building more precise. I'm building what I was going to use in my bow and arrow, because just because I have bow and arrows doesn't mean I'm not going to build these knives or these other things that I can also shoot with my bow and arrow that's going to shoot at the things as I'm running through. You guys know, at least KHLEO does, when you play with me in Call of Duty, I'm always very quick. I don't like to camp many places, but I will take the time that I need to with the radio on, turning on to make sure I hear where certain things are maybe worse than the others. Going to be navigating through these things while of course, debris is fine, right? So I get that, which is why I said I have the armor and the med kit. But the reason why I did the bow and arrows because I can shoot far away. So if Will thinks he's really going to get away, he might not want to piss me off because I can just right out of the sky. Now here's the thing too with the wind. You go off turbulence, you go off of wind that's going through. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, even though people think that with the wind, the arrows are going to go a little bit crazy. But the thing is when you're shooting, right, and you're pulling it, and you let it go, you go with the wind, it's going to, kill the things that are in the air. So as I'm going through mobbing, I'm like, I'm building my little knives that are going to go with there. I have all these tools. I have all these weapons for me that I'm going to be using throughout this to go through. And, I'm a track athlete. So, I'm listening to the radio. Maybe it's clear in Palm Springs where it's sunny. So, I'm going to go to my home and I'm going to be mobbing through the ground, building my little toolboxes.
Wait, question. Are you shooting the sharks off
that are just like close to me? Like, so if I see one that's super close, like
from the boat,
where I'm on land. Sorry, I'm on land already.
Okay.
What you
because we were on the boat, we get our loadout and then we have to go onto the land to make it through. That wasn't that what the whole entire thing was?
So you just used the boat to kind of go to land?
Yeah, I'm on land. I'm doing everything on land because the worst thing to do during a Sharknado, if everything's coming from all the water and shit, I'm staying out of the water, which is why I didn't pick nothing to do with the water, because that would have been silly in my opinion.
I just got a question. So I'm a visual person. So you on the roof and you shoot. Oh, you're on the street when you shoot.
I'm on the streets.
Okay, so you're on the street when you shoot.
I'm on the streets. I'm navigating through because this thing, just because tornadoes, they're not like fully wiping out all the buildings. Tornadoes move, right? So I have ways. I have the radio. I'm hearing which ones are going which way. So I'm navigating through
tornadoes and like.
I'm not actually running at them, but I'm navigating through these buildings, right?
So I just gotta know, how does an arrow stop an 800-pound shark?
It's not. I only got the arrow for the actual like bow part, so I can actually shoot more like severe things. I can put things on the end. That's why I got it. I didn't actually get it for the arrow because the arrow is made of wood. That's not going to do me shit. So
I'm that's what I was trying to figure out.
No. I said I got the toolbox so I could build actual like metal pieces, which is going to be great because debris is breaking. So I have shit that's right on my feet that I can make weapons for, right? And I'm navigating through. I think it's smarter to go through land than flying, because if you're flying, you think you're going to be scooting away on your little jetpack. You got a fucking 600-pound shark that's going to smack your ass on the ground. Your jetpack is dead. Your head might be broke. So, I'm good with my shit on the ground.
As opposed to the 100 miles an hour winds and debris falling.
And I'm going to use that to my advantage.
What is the chances, though, you going to hit your target? You going to hit a
I'm not even
target?
The thing is, yes, I may not hit my moving target, but I'm going to be agile on the ground. I'm not going to be being hung on some rope that's going to be holding me back as I'm trying to move.
Why didn't you pick a rocket launcher? If you were
because a rocket launcher, the only reason why I didn't pick a rocket launcher is if you shoot it too close to yourself, you can blow yourself up. So I'm not gonna run with a rocket launcher and shoot myself and waste my ammo because everything is shooting. Where if the toolbox, I can build some shit on the ground and I can make my fucking weapons, and people ain't finna mess with me with my little knives and whatever shit I fucking make. You know what I'm saying? And I got the radio to let me know where everything's at.
I like you using the toolbox with the bow and arrows.
Yes, that was the thing. Yes, that was my main goal was the toolbox and the bow and arrow, because I have a limited amount of resources that I can use to make with that stuff. The med kit is strictly for health in case anything. Same thing with the armor. Like I'm gonna have little debris that might hit me, but I'm gonna be protected. I'm gonna be good. And like the radio is strictly to know. And I don't know if we were all in like the same area, but at least I'm gonna know where Will's at. I'm gonna know where Cleo's at or whatever. I'm gonna know where everybody is.
We also forgot though, you wouldn't hit me with nothing and probably nothing because you build slow.
Yeah, so but just because I build slow doesn't mean that I'm not making. This is the thing. I take the time to build my efficient tools, like my like whether it's like a little bit sharper of a knife or whatever, just because I build slow. Like I have the radio to let me know where certain things are at. So I'm gonna get tucked, build my shit. And
what are you building, by the way? What are you building?
I'm building, okay, so like whatever I can use to fire with my bow and arrow. So if that's like a long metal like thing that I can shoot in the air or whatever is coming at me, like whatever that's going to be, I'm just building whatever I can, even if it's building something that's going to help me break through like certain things to get into like underneath or whatever, so I can go underground certain buildings to come back up, whatever is going to help me to get through to the end site. I'm trying to spend the least amount of time in the air, because y'all crazy if y'all really think you can bob and weave sharks and fucking big ass debris in the air with it without getting swung around.
Wait a minute. Mine is impossible, but you shooting like you Hawkeye with 100.
I'm not saying I'm landing my shots. I'm just saying that's what I used it for.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Leo Thomas, what say you? What is your plan?
Let's be honest. I have the entire game stacked against me. There is so much negative on my side. I have thought about a story every which way in which I can make it out of this. So here's the only thing I can come up with.
Oh God!
Great Will's loadout is, I am on the complete opposite of the spectrum. So I want to run back to Will's story when he says we run into each other, and I know Will. I know how much he loves lightsabers. I'm like, Will, you love lightsabers. Wouldn't you like to? Wouldn't you like to pull off a Darth Maul moment? By any chance, could I trade you this lightsaber for that extra jetpack battery behind you? I'm slow, okay? The tornado that's chasing me is way faster. I'm going to need this extra battery to survive, Will. You have a whole plane to get to, Will. You have rope in which you could tie yourself and you won't have to worry about getting eaten or swept away. Can I trade you this lightsaber for this battery?
Y'all want to hold hands while you're at
Life
it?
or death, life or death, Will. You doing that? Life or death, lightsaber for extra battery.
You got the other options?
He has a lightsaber already.
Like, can I have your battery to have more battery, and then we just I just carry you and you just hold the lightsabers and then knock people out?
No, sir. I want just to get the battery pack off you. And if you're not going to trade me the battery pack for the lightsaber, then I've got no other choice but to get to my jet ski, right? Get out there on the water, use my flare gun to shoot at any great white sharks that come shooting out of this damn Sharknado. Once the gas goes out on my jet ski, refill it, and in the moment of when it's finally able to be almost done, use the little bit of battery that I have left to jetpack just a little bit further, and pray I make it out of this, guys. This is the most stacked bullshit against me. I got nothing with this shit. I used every piece of item I got and I still couldn't get away due to a faster tornado, faster sharks, and having way less battery pack than Will. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's my suggestion, guys. That's all I got.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and put that first poll up for who's dying first. Just as a recap, these guys are all on a fishing boat. They just saw multiple tornadoes touch down in the middle of the ocean, and they're picking up all these giant sea creatures. You're seeing the birth of multiple Sharknados. Like 10 Sharknados are coming towards them full speed. They have to make a decision. We heard the stories. It's looking like Will kind of got the OP loadout right now. He is basically going to use his fully juiced jetpack to get all the way across town using his radio. He has a lightsaber and a health pack just in case he gets hurt on the way. He has a rope, which was my favorite part of the story. He will ground himself in case of trouble, which is a hilarious visual of a nigga on a jetpack tied to a rope being flung everywhere, but it seems safe.
How are you supposed to move, Will, if you're tied somewhere? That's where I was missing in your story.
Again, tornadoes don't stay in one place, so I just have to hold out.
But if you're tying a knot that's supposedly supposed to keep you from flying, it's obviously got to take some time.
To tie a knot?
To tie a knot that's not supposed to
You mean already
untie?
You already know a pre-made knot that I just have to loop and then do this? It's already wrapped around.
And you're talking about against 500-mile-an-hour winds. You don't think you're going to fly off and hit something? And you think flying inside
a building?
That has a tornado? So you think all of a sudden
walls could collapse on you, Will?
Thank you, Cleo. Thank you.
Yes.
I think people are banking on Will, thinking that this is the most brilliant plan. When if he's in the air, you realize he could look this way, right? Shark's coming this way. He's this. Something can come, boom, knock him out. He's dead. Like, why are you in the air?
Okay,
that's dumb.
That's understandable. So let's do this scenario. Morg, you are never mind. I'm not gonna go that route. But you are on the particular small side.
And I'm agile and I am quick.
Yeah, you're agile and quick, but you're not quick.
And I got armor. I got armor.
So you're
real quick. Let me explain everybody's story before you guys go. And real quick, just so you know, everybody's throwing their votes in the chat. It is A, type A, and just comment A for Morg, B for Will, and C for Cleo. Now again, this is for who is dying first. Morg had an interesting story too. She has the bow and arrow and the toolkit to make more arrows. She does just build
weapons in general, not just arrows. Weapons in general.
What are these weapons you?
So I'm talking about like imagine like bleachers, for example. Like those are all made out of metal, right? Boom. If they're broken, I pick it up. That's something super easy. I have a toolbox. I don't know what the fuck's in there, but I got some shit. I can grind some shit to make it a little knife. I can use so many things. And I'm moving on the ground. I have radios that are telling me which tornadoes are where while you're fucking up in the air, about to get hit by sharks and shit.
You're building spears and knives to fight a Sharknado?
Yes, I understand it's slow, but I'm saying it's just while I'm on my feet. I'm trying to navigate through certain things, which is what the radio is telling me which way is dangerous, which way is not. This is only for like, I'm just trying to make it out. I'm not trying to fight these Sharknados. I'm trying to get through in the safest, best way possible with my freaking medkit and armor and my tools.
But you
and my radio.
But you walking.
I'm running.
That's a wrap though. You ain't outrunning a tornado.
I'm just trying to get through my shit.
My jetpack don't go no further than a 2-story building, and I'm just
and you about to get clapped.
I'm not, because the tornadoes are still out there. It ain't came over here
so
yet.
You're telling me the amount of time that you untie your rope and retie it, the amount of time so you don't fly out, you ain't gonna go nowhere.
I only tie
You're
my
gonna go
rope
from Santa Monica to Venice and die.
I only tie my rope if a tornado drops down, as he just explained. 10 of them are in the ocean. If I'm going towards the city, there's no tornado.
What I was saying was Will can't live through a tornado dropping through a building. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna tear that building apart. We've seen visual footage of tornadoes tearing down complete towns.
Mine was more realistic. Thank you.
Will's not surviving by wrapping a rope around him in a pipe.
Wait. So you mean to tell me out of all of that? So we'll put it just like this. In this scenario, I get further than all of you. You are still closer to the Sharknados. Hands down, both of you die before I do.
Who says we're trying to die? Maybe we come together and we defeat them together because we both got tools that we could use together if we really want to.
So you can slow build and he can slowly look at you while the tornadoes come.
Hey, but he's not listen, Will. I'm a slow builder doesn't mean Cleo's not. So boom. Cleo has the tools, he builds for me.
Cleo had a solid plan for what he had. He pretty much tried to stretch out everything that he had to get as far away as possible.
He ain't got shit.
Whatever the jet ski had, do that until it's done, fill it up, do that, and then the jet ski. That was probably the most logical because he was just like, fuck it, I'm just running.
It's logical.
But I
agree there were some holes in Will's defense. My only thing is, since he has the radio, that's only if they get really close and surround him. For me, it was like with the jetpack with that much juice and a radio, it's like you could stay away from everything before it gets too bad. You know, the rope, who knows? But that's kind of horrifying.
Just a backup plan. That's all. It's just a backup plan.
It was surprisingly not as much of a landslide as I thought. What does that say? 45 to 31. Is there a way to make the poll a little bigger?
There's 47.1% Morg, 31.4% Will.
Oh wow.
23.1% me. So I would.
Cleo survived.
They didn't read this. They didn't read this.
No, they said who's dying first. Just because he doesn't die first doesn't mean he won't die second. You gotta. Yeah. You gotta present what they voted on.
I just think it's crazy how people really think that you flying in air with your rope attached to you, you ain't gonna die. Like I just think that they need to.
But you on the street with a.
But think about the movie. Think about the fucking movie you showed. Are they not on the fucking street?
I want you to picture yourself like that.
But I told you, I'm not trying to fight. I'm just trying to get through. So if I have to, it's end game. I'm thinking end game.
I'm not trying to tie myself up to a rope. But if a bad scenario comes through, that's my option. My main thing is to jetpack to this plane.
I'm just trying to shoot shit out of my way. Arrows and use that as like Spider-Man. I would have bought that. Like that's how I travel through the city.
And how is it supposed to stay? How is that supposed? No, that's not working.
All right. Well,
no way.
Unfortunately, Morg.
I'm dead.
He was dead first.
I'm going to the morgue, y'all.
Let's throw up another poll really quickly to see who would survive the most, the longest, out of Will and Cleo. Now, keep in mind, do you believe that Will would get to his plane based on what he said? Because once he gets the plane, it's kind of like, okay, that's pretty solid. Do you think that plan was solid enough that he wouldn't die before Cleo's gas and battery came up? Because Cleo's plan was just booking it. Fuck these Sharknados, fuck these people. I'm jet ski as long as I can, refill, jet ski, jetpack, I'm out. Wherever I end up, at least I'm as far away from these damn Sharknados as possible. And Will has a very intricate plan on how to get to the plane.
Didn't you say the Sharknados coming from the water?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he in the water?
Yeah, but I mean, water's on.
Yeah, they're in. It starts in the water. It starts going through the city. I go to the water once it's through
That's
the
why
city.
I was in the ground, so I was going to the city, but you know,
I didn't let my ass over there.
Don't the water like
Hey.
rise and the currents and all that rise?
I don't see a
And
problem. I mean, he's in the ocean. He jumped on a jet ski and
Hey! It's stacked enough against me, Will.
I'm just asking. I'm just
Enough.
asking.
Remember, A is for Will if you think Will is surviving the most, and B is if you think KHLEO is surviving the most. And it really just comes down to if you believe in the shenanigans. One is very cut, meat and potatoes. I'm out of here. The other is I'm out of here, but with a little bit of sci-fi sprinkled in. Everybody, you're gonna judge us on the logic of a jetpack. That shit don't exist. This shit is fully made up. All right, so we will give the how is it? Oh, it's kind of close. It's kind of close. I still see the chat going crazy. Morg, are you okay? Do you think you ended up in heaven or hell?
Oh, I'm for sure in heaven. But I'm just saying, I have like this, that like maybe my vision of what I was doing didn't. I just still think it's crazy that people don't think y'all fucking flying in the air ain't gonna.
I'm not in the air. I'm hovering. I'm at hovering levels, and I'm not tied to anything. I don't know why y'all keep thinking, how's you gonna survive on a jetpack tied to rope? I'm not.
So
That's
you're
just
hovering, and you don't
emergency.
think that the wind is not gonna smack you up against a building?
The tornadoes have not got there yet. They're in the water. Again, y'all are
same thing with me. I was already on ground. I'm moving. So how is it changing, but not for me?
You're still in Santa Monica, and I've already gotten to the next part of LA. You're still in those block vicinities.
But my story is just so much better. Like, imagine you meet somebody and it's like, I went through it all. He's like, oh yeah, I took my little jetpack, and just saw everybody fucking die.
So you want me to believe you track ran from Santa Monica all the way back to downtown LA and outran tornadoes.
Have you never ran a 5K, a marathon?
Well, listen, I got 8 seconds in me up a run. KHLEO will tell you. That's for 8 seconds, I'm unbeatable. After that, it's anybody's game.
Someone said you're great at explaining the situation, but the strategy itself was kind of trash.
The strategy to survive?
The explanation was on point though. All right, are these the final percentages, Kadeem? Are these
pretty much the final percentages? It hasn't really moved in a while. It looks like Will is gonna take the champ.
Have it. It looks like OP Will has survived yet another ridiculous scenario. He had the tools, but at the end of the day, he had the story to use the tools. KHLEO actually survived with the longer than we thought with the odds stacked against him. Avenger Hawkeye Morg died immediately when she tried to shoot some arrows.
I wasn't trying. Like I said, I wasn't trying.
She got hit with some lumber, wielding metal. I almost got it, y'all. Oh.
She was eaten by a shark while she was.
Not a chance.
Yo, if she had just finished and got eaten by the shark, hilarious.
Not a chance.
Radio, and she got eaten up. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Crisis Loadout. It looks like we will have a winner circle pretty soon. All of the survivors will go against each other to see who will survive amongst the survivors. I want to thank my guests, the repeats, Arcade Tokens, KHLEO Thomas and Will Pharaoh. Appreciate you guys as always. And the newly fallen victim, Model Morg. We can't wait to have you back. Maybe you'll come back in with some paint under your eyes.
You guys forgot that story where I kill Will, but it's fine. I guess somehow he survives because I killed him in the very beginning of my story.
She tried. She shot.
No, I did. No, I killed you. But you guys forgot about that part.
And then what happened was I just hit that 360 and saw it coming. Then I threw my lightsaber.
While you were tied to a rope on a building. Right?
Hey man, I just needed enough to keep balance and just threw that lightsaber at you. It came across.
You threw it, so that means I have it.
Guys, the wounds will close over time. I promise. I'd like to thank Kadeem for running the 1s and 2s behind.
Yes, Kadeem.
Yes.
And
thanks,
we'll see you guys next week. Later.
Bye, guys.
Ooh, 1 second. Yeah.